That was the elegance right there. It was very elegant. We've got NFL news coming up to check in with the NFL, see what's going on right now. The preseason is underway, you know.
Have you checked out our website? Go ahead. KXORadio.com. News and information you can use. And, of course, follow us on Facebook. KXO Radio Imperial Valley. That's our Facebook page. All sorts of neat stuff there. Like us. Follow us. We're on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Mike Yam with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Running back Dalvin Cook and the New York Jets have agreed to terms on a one-year deal worth up to $8.6 million. This according to NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. The four-time Pro Bowl back was released by the Vikings in June. Pelissero and Rappaport also reported that the Patriots are expected to sign Ezekiel Elliott to a one-year deal worth up to $6 million. Former Cowboys running back visited New England earlier in camp. Now, Zeke's former teammate, Zach Martin's holdout, officially has come to an end. Dallas and the All-Pro guard have agreed to a new two-year deal with just over $18 million per year. That's a raise of more than $8 million, according to Rappaport and NFL Network insider Mike Garafolo. And Ravens running back J.T. Dobbins has been removed from the PUP list after passing his conditioning test. Head coach John Harbaugh says the back is 100% healthy. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Your next success begins with University of Maryland Global Campus. For more than 75 years, UMGC has been giving working adults the affordable, accredited, online education you need to reach the future you want. Because the path to success is different for everyone, we offer more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, along with success coaches and lifetime career services. Our online and hybrid courses and services let you learn on your schedule. No-cost digital materials in place of most textbooks, affordable tuition, and financial resources make UMGC accessible. And with no application fee through August 31st, there's no better time to get started. Find the education you need to create the future you want. Choose from fields like business, healthcare, cybersecurity, IT, and more, and take the next step in your career. Apply by August 31st and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is 7:30 on this Tuesday morning. Good morning, Gene. Are you there?
I am.
You are. You were talking to yourself.
Oh, I was? Okay.
You're talking to everybody now. How's it going?
Well, when you talk to yourself, that's strange.
Yeah, well, it's not always strange. At least you have some good conversation.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed.
Yes.
You'll enjoy it.
Arguments are very interesting.
Are you ready for some kind of weird weather?
Well, it's looking kind of that way out towards the northeast, northwest.
We could get rain this afternoon.
Well, that's what they say, but...
Well, there's a chance of it, but
yeah.
What almost always, that guarantees humidity.
Yeah, well, and it feels like there is some of that starting to slowly move in.
Yeah, so we got that to look forward to. And then the excessive heat warning tomorrow.
Yes, I heard about that. Little bird stopped and said, hey, going to have maybe excessive heat tomorrow.
Excessive heat tomorrow and the next day. That's the excessive heat warning. Right now, it's a heat advisory.
Ah, okay.
They're just telling you it's going to happen. Something to look forward to.
Right, yeah.
break out the Speedos.
Okay. Do you buy those in
bulk?
Bulk? Okay. Yeah, that's what I wondered.
You never use the same one twice. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. You have a supplier that you recommend, or?
No, just whichever one will do.
Okay.
Whoever's on special.
You don't have any particular favorite colors or anything?
Have you seen my body? Can't be particular. Anything that fits.
All right.
Okay. Ready for some birthdays?
Birthdays. We got some.
We got some big shot birthdays. Not quite as many as we did yesterday, but we got some birthdays. Today is August 15th, of course. Actress Pat Priest. You remember her?
I don't.
She was on the Munsters.
Okay.
And she was the weird one, the freaky one, because she looked normal.
Yeah, because
the member family. The normal member of the family.
Yeah, but she was them.
She was scary to them because she was actually unattractive to them. Anyway, she's 87 right now, so she's getting on. Drummer Pete York of the Spencer Davis Group is 81. Author, journalist Linda Ellerby, she's still working. She's 79 years old. She's on Sunday morning. Watch her every Sunday morning.
Do you really?
It's one of my favorite shows, yeah.
Ah.
That's a great show. I don't know if you've ever caught that. You got to get up a little bit early for a Sunday, but it's a good show. And songwriter Jimmy Webb, isn't that Carol's buddy?
Yeah.
He's 77 today.
77.
So he's a little bit older than Carol. Singer-guitarist Tom Johnson, he's with the Doobie Brothers. The singer-guitarist, I don't remember him, but anyway, he was there and just didn't know his name. He's 75. Phyllis Smith of The Office, she was on The Office. She's 74. Actor Larry Matthews. He's 68 today, but he had to be a little kid when he was on TV because he was on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
He had to be a really little young kid.
Yeah, even though he's not young now.
No.
Rondell Sheridan, I like this guy. He's a funny actor. He was on That's So Raven. Didn't care for that very much, or the Corey in the House, but he's been on other things, and he is a very good actor. 65 today. Actor Pete Herman of Law and Order Special Victims Unit, 56. Deborah Messing, she was Grace on Will and Grace. She's 55. Anthony Anderson, he's on the TV show Blackish. Also kind of funny. He's 53 today. Kind of corny, but he's funny. Ben Affleck of the Affleck Flame. He's 51. What was it? Natasha Henstridge?
Huh?
Natasha Henstridge.
Yeah.
She was in The Whole Nine Yards, which was a funny movie, and Species, which was a scary movie.
Yeah.
She's 49.
I'll go with whatever you say.
Well, in Species, she didn't wear a lot of clothing, so you'll remember her there. And The Whole Nine Yards, I don't remember her at all in that one. Emily Kinney of Conviction, The Walking Dead, is 39. Courtney Hope, The Bold and the Beautiful, that's our soap opera lady. She is 34. And Joe Jonas of the famous Jonas Brothers, he is all of 34. Local birthdays. We got some local people coming up next.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
Happy birthdays this morning going out to the triplets. Zaku's daughter, Jessica Donner, and Albert Donner, the triplets, celebrating birthdays today, along with Amanda Reese. We have Edith Mesa, Lucy Nogales, Pete Rios, Refugio Minero, Henry Zamaripa, Celeste Campos, Evan J. Kennedy, Bertha Carreño, Norma Guerrero, Joe Trujillo, Myrna Rios, Linda Rubin, Mario Cruz, and Luis Arellano Sr. Happy birthday to each and every one.
Triplets in the valley.
Do you remember them?
No, I do not.
Yeah, well, I have not met them either, but I don't know. The first one has I never heard of that name. Zacchaeus.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why that has to be for some name. Jessica and Albert, they're common.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Are we ready to do some news?
Yeah, we better.
Well, ready to inform.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name? Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Goddard's Gold.
And we are now ready for the World California News headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News special report. Former President Trump says he'll release a detailed report of his own on Monday on what he calls election fraud in the state of Georgia. His announcement comes hours after a grand jury there indicted Mr. Trump and 18 allies on criminal charges for allegedly trying to change the 2020 election results. Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis.
It is now the duty of my office to prove these charges in the indictment beyond a reasonable doubt at trial.
She's hoping for a trial date within the next 6 months. CBS News legal contributor Ricky Kleeman.
You have 19 lawyers who can question jurors, who can question witnesses. This is a long trial.
UVA political analyst Larry Sabato on how it may affect the GOP presidential campaign.
Tim Scott, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and the others. What will they do and say now? Will they finally break with Donald Trump?
CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. First day of school Monday for many districts around the state. Governor Gavin Newsom in Elk Grove answering questions about textbook policies and parents' rights and LGBTQ issues.
The assault on the LGBTQ community, the assault on the trans community, is I take very, very seriously. Been a big cause in my life. You may know I've been at this for some time.
Newsom responding to questions about a parents' rights rally at the Capitol by a group opposed to several pending state bills on school curriculum. Former President Trump indicted along with 18 others accused of being part of a criminal conspiracy to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. Loyola law professor Lori Levinson says the indictment is bigger than expected.
This racketeering indictment brings in so many charges and so many defendants and takes it through every single lie that Trump made or people made on his behalf.
California is securing a settlement against Southern California Gas Company over misleading marketing statements. Gas prices up to $5.16 a gallon. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah! Really, are you ready?
KXO AM 1230 has primetime NFL football. The best matchup on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night. No fees. NFL football is free on AM 1230. Don't miss any of the action. NFL primetime football on AM 1230 is brought to you by Southwest Security Services and El Centro RV Service Center.
And it is time for page one of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Raleigh Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. With your local news, here's Gene Brister.
And taking a look at the latest in local news this morning for a Tuesday, a motorist shot on Interstate 8. George Gale has more.
It happened at around 8 yesterday morning. Vehicles were traveling west about a mile from the Andrade exit. Someone in a newer model Chevrolet Tahoe fired at a mid-sized SUV. A person in the second vehicle was hit by the gunfire. The California Highway Patrol says the suspect vehicle fled the scene. Westbound lanes of Interstate 8 were shut down for a while the victim was removed and transported to Yuma Regional Medical Center, later transported to Phoenix Area Hospital. Victim's condition is not known. The suspect vehicle was described only as a dark color. Officials are investigating the incident, and the CHP is asking anyone who may have witnessed the incident to contact the Highway Patrol Winter Haven office. The identity of the victim has not been revealed. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, the Imperial Valley Desert Museum has a special day. It is a traditional craft day. It's a family day featuring games reflecting the heritage of the indigenous people. Other games include geology, loteria, tool making game, and shahok. There will also be pioneer games. The Tradition Craft Day will be held on Saturday. That's this Saturday, August 19th, from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and it's open to the entire community. KXO News Time, 7:43.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
Continuing with more local news, the County Board of Supervisors meet today. Here's more on that story.
Public session begins at 10 o'clock this morning. They will start with the presentations. There will be a pinning ceremony for the new chief of the county fire department. The board will also be asked to adopt a resolution proclaiming August 21st as National Senior Citizens Day. Certificates of recognition will be presented to a local hip-hop dance team for placing in the top 10 at the World Dance Competition in New York, as well as a level 2 hip-hop dance team for placing third in the same competition. On the action agenda, they will discuss an amendment to the Jackson Home El Centro contract. Public Works will be holding a public hearing this morning as well. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And that concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news has been brought to you by Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
America, it's time to gear up and get out there in a new Ford vehicle. And it all starts at your San Diego County Ford dealers during the Discover Summer Sales Event. Choose from a great selection of Ford trucks and SUVs equipped with the tech and comfort you need to discover your best summer ever. With a large inventory in stock, now is the best time to trade in, trade up, and discover summer with Ford. This is your time to discover summer at your San Diego County Ford dealers. And right now, get 0% APR limited term financing on a 2023 Ford F-150 truck. Hurry in and test drive one today. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0.0% APR financing for 36 months at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 9/4/2023. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
All offers valid at Imperial County Ford dealers.
And page 2 of the local news and the weather, served up this morning by Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food specializing in sushi rolls. There are 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state of the union. With the local news, page 2, here again is Gene.
Continuing with more local news, the IID board to hold 2 meetings today. Here's more on that story.
The two meetings, first one begins as a special meeting. It'll begin at 11 o'clock this morning and is an informational meeting only. The Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors will hear an update on the development of the board's new governance policies. The board's regular meeting will begin at 1 o'clock this afternoon. That meeting will begin with the presentation of the Team of the Month for August. They will also present service awards to employees for July and August. On the action agenda, the board is expected to approve a general manager employment agreement with Jamie Asbury. They will be asked to approve the Lower Colorado River Basin Conservation and Efficiency Program proposals, and the directors will be asked to approve the Salton Sea Authority fiscal year 2023-2024 membership assessment. Both meetings will be held at Condit Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A man attempts to smuggle methamphetamine across the border. It happened late last week. 26-year-old U.S. citizen was driving a pickup truck into the Calexico downtown port. During the initial inspection, the vehicle was referred to secondary inspection area. A non-intrusive inspection was utilized to inspect the entire vehicle. The irregularities were found throughout it. The vehicle. Customs and Border Protection officers extracted 200 packages from a spare tire. All four doors of the vehicle, the tailgate, the engine bay, center consoles, and back seat area. The packages weighed 235 pounds and tested positive for methamphetamine. The estimated value of the narcotics was just under $250,000. The driver was detained and turned over to Homeland Security investigations. CBP seized the vehicle and the narcotics. In other local news, a residential fire in Salton City. George Gale has more.
County Fire responded to the report last week. Before arriving at the scene, they were informed it was a structure fire. Another crew with the County Fire Department was called in, as was assistance from Brawley and Calipatria Fire Departments, along with the County Sheriff's Office, Imperial Irrigation District, and the Coachella Valley Water District. They all converged on the fire near Seaview Drive and Lansing Avenue. As the fire was being extinguished, crews discovered a deceased person and the body of a dead dog. The investigation continues to determine how the deaths occurred, as well as the investigation into the cause of the fire. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. The menu is full of outstanding entrees. Yes, there's something for everyone at K Sushi, including for the kids. K Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls. They're named after our 50 states. And there's fresh sushi and sashimi, plus beer, wine, and sake. And oh, I forgot to mention, they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. K Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
Here's George Gale with a weather update.
The high temperature yesterday, 109 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 82. National Weather Service says shower and thunderstorm chances exist this afternoon, extending into the lower deserts. An excessive heat warning is in effect for Wednesday and Thursday due to well above normal temperatures and increased areas of major heat risk. This weekend, increased moisture and cooler temperatures are expected due to a potential tropical system moving along the Baja Peninsula. Weather forecast calling for sunny and hot weather today. Highs right near 111. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Overnight lows around 90. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies and gradually becoming sunny and hot. Highs right near 112. North to northwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. And right now we're looking at 84 degrees, 43% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality good in Calexico and El Centro. No report on Nyland. Air quality is moderate for the rest of the region. Local news and weather. Page 2 of the local news and your weather brought to you by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. Dinner menu features 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
And it is now time for the Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. As the Women's World Cup is still underway. In fact, they're getting ready to wrap it up. They've got at least one finalist. On a cold and wet night in New Zealand, Spain sealed the place in their first ever World Cup final with a dramatic 2-1 win over the experienced Sweden. Who will Spain face? I think that's yet to be determined. And the Major League Baseball scoreboard, it was the Rangers. They shut out the Angels 12-0. Orioles got by the Padres 4-1. The Angels and the Padres both headed south. Marlins defeated the Astros 5-1. The Mets beat the Pirates 7-2. Braves over the Yankees 11-3. Cardinals got by the Athletics 7-5. It was the Royals over the Mariners 7-6. Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 6-4, and the Rays all over the Giants by a score of 10-2. We'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations at Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And there is a new number one in the world of women's golf. Lilia Vu rises to number one in the women's world golf rankings. That was announced yesterday. Also in golf, DP World Tour's 2024 schedule boasts a record $150 million in prizes. In tennis, Andy Murray continues to battle injuries. This time it's an abdominal strain. He has withdrawn from the Cincinnati Open because of that injury. And Venus Williams, she beat a top 20 player for the first time in 4 years. That was at the Western and Southern Open on Monday. That means Venus moves on to the next round. Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic in the same Davis Cup group stage. That means their rivalry will continue when the Davis Cup finals next month. That's a look at sports. Sports this morning has been brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
And we are now ready for the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. stocks fell this morning as Wall Street struggled to maintain its momentum from the previous session. Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped 168 points, or 0.4%. S&P 500 slid 0.4%, while the NASDAQ Composite pulled back by 0.3%. Sentiment across the globe was downbeat after disappointing data out of China and a surprise rate cut from the country's central bank. The industrial production in China increased by 3.7% in July from the year earlier period, missing expectations. Retail sales also grew less than expected from the year earlier period. Meanwhile, the People's Bank of China lowered rates by 15 basis points to 2.5%. However, the rate cut failed to soothe investor concerns and instead raised more worry about an emerging property crisis in China. We got your weather coming up.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The high temperature yesterday, 109 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 82. National Weather Service says shower and thunderstorm chances exist this afternoon, extending into the lower deserts. An excessive heat warning is in effect for Wednesday and Thursday due to well above normal temperatures and increased areas of major heat risk. This weekend, increased moisture and cooler temperatures are expected due to a potential tropical system moving along the Baja Peninsula. Weather forecast calling for sunny and hot weather today. Highs right near 111. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight. Overnight lows around 90. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies and gradually becoming sunny and hot. Highs right near 112. North to northwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. And we're looking at 84 degrees right now, 43% the relative humidity. Financial news and weather has been brought to you this morning by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders. Throws, and he's got his tight end barrel. It's nothing but green grass in front of him. 10.
It's the Silver and Black on the Imperial Valley's FM 107.5.
Took a lick and spun out of it. It's a 27-yard.
All the Las Vegas Raiders all year on FM 107.5. Brought to you by
Southwest Security Services and El Centro RV Service Center.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
And we're coming up on 8 o'clock at the tone. It will be exactly CBS News Time.
Is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. The charges are serious against former President Trump and 18 others in the Georgia indictment alleging a conspiracy to overturn the 2020 vote in the state. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
When you have a RICO count that's racketeering, influence, corrupt organizations, what you have is a mandatory minimum sentence for anyone who's convicted. It's a punishment of 5 to 20 years.
and not eligible for a presidential pardon. Other defendants include Rudy Giuliani and former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. CBS's Allison Keyes on what the former president is saying.
On his Truth social media app, Trump says an irrefutable report on what he calls the presidential election fraud that took place in Georgia is almost finished, and he will present it at a major news conference next Monday. Trump claims they never went after those that rigged the election.
More answers could come soon as search crews intensify the effort in burned-out neighborhoods in Maui.
To date, 25% of the area has been searched. We started with one dog. We're at 20.
Police Chief John Pelletier, the death toll after the fires stands at 99. It's expected to rise. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti.
We're talking thousands of people, 700 pages long. At this hour, hundreds are still unaccounted for. I've printed out some of that document and includes the elderly and the young with descriptions like last seen using a walker, a child staying at a friend's house.
Overseas from London, CBS's Vicky Barker tells us about a case of alleged spies for Russia.
Scotland Yard will say only that 5 people were arrested under Britain's Official Secrets Act back in February, and that 3 have now been charged with having false identity documents. The BBC is reporting all 5 are Bulgarian nationals allegedly working for Russian security services.
And Russia's central bank has raised interest rates by 3.5 percentage points as the country deals with sanctions and rising military spending for the war in Ukraine. Here at home, the government says retail sales rose last month and were up better than 3% over a year ago. CBS's Jill Schlesinger says online sales were strong.
Those were up 1.9% during the month, up 10.3% from a year ago. And food services and drinking places were up 1.4%. They're ahead by 11.9% from a year ago.
Spain scored a last-minute goal to beat Sweden 2-1 to advance to the Women's World Cup final. Next up, the winner of the England-Australia battle for the title on Sunday. Checking Wall Street. Right now, the Dow is down 283 points. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring system helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in the same place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Audience participation at a concert leads to a big reveal.
We've known since 12 weeks and we have been waiting.
Chantel Lord and Chris Dare caught Adele's attention at her concert at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. Sneaking in a sign that read, "Will you do our gender reveal?" The singer called them up to the stage and did the honors.
Chantel and Chris are having a baby.
The couple had waited 6 weeks to find out themselves, hoping Adele would open the note from the doctor. She asked for a favor in return.
I'm so emotional. Oh my God. Even when I get pregnant, will you do my gender reveal?
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
No bunk beds at this year's Little League World Series. Last year, a 12-year-old fell out of an upper bunk while sleeping and suffered a serious head injury. Changes were made. There was no railing on that bed. His family sued. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me lay on you a so-so entertainer
with George Gale.
Not much of a humanitarian, and this cat was never nobody's friend. You can applaud if you wanna.
AM 1230 KXO.
1230 KXO.